All right. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Okay. I think where we left off is we checked it in plugin doctor, and I'm getting like this really nice, this really nice high pass and low pass at the same time. And you can scale the range around a center frequency, so you can move where your center frequency is. It's pretty accurate. It's pretty close. Like right now it's 800. I'm gonna eyeball and say this is about 800, which is like really like 760. Then as you squeeze it, we are still around that area. We could fine tune that, but it's working well, so I'm gonna leave it for now. One thing we can do is scale the gain, because it looks like we're getting, oh, it's only negative 0.4 dB. I mean, I don't really care about that. Let's see what it actually sounds like. Building logic and see. Oh, I do want to change a setting in OBS real quick. Oh, it's fine. It always takes so long to open the first time you do it for an Xcode project. It's gonna ask me to scan every single time. Open plugin tester. All right, so I got this little I got the vocal sample in right there. Oh, you know what? And I already kind of did the same thing with Logic's EQ, so I don't want to remove them because I want to compare them later, but let's... Yeah, there we go. Cool. Turn off my background beat while we do this. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That works. So what else am I going to add? I think I'm going to add some distortion and some kind of mid-range tone, whether the user can see it or not, because it'll shape the distortion if we put it after the distortion, which would be cool. I'm wondering though about the UI UX. Should the drive be happening, like should the drive be tied to the should the drive be tied to the like bandwidth? So like if the bandwidth is wide, you have like barely any drive, and then as you squeeze it, you get drive, or should you have a separate control? I think a separate control. Yeah. It would be cooler to have a separate control. And then what are we going to name this? This is going to be speaker range, and then this is going to be center frequency. So I want to name the automatable parameters. I want to go back, change it from bandwidth. Let's make it speaker range. Yeah, sure. And then, sure, I'll just add freak in there. The RGB on my keyboard was set to a bad setting. It wasn't even RGB. Here. Yeah, okay. Center freak, and then let's make some labels for our UI. So let's go into here and we'll say dials. And I'll just make let's just do this. JUCE label. And this is your label. And then I don't remember. Just want to look at the JUCE documentation real quick. I think the label has something in the constructor that you can pass it. A little bigger for y'all. Yeah, we can pass component name and label text. So if I pass it, sure. Let's do component name. Not ever going to use that, so I don't really care about it. I'll just pass it. And then speaker range. And then I'll do kind of the same thing for the center. Do center frequency. And then all we have to do is go into the constructor. Oh, it looks like I have a UI constructor method, so I'll go into that. I have a UI constructor method, so I will go ahead and just go into it. And I will say, sure, under the bandwidth, add and make visible bandwidth label. And then I will also say bandwidth label attached to component. And I'm going to attach it to the bandwidth dial. And false, not on the left. And I think we have to set the justification or it won't. Bandwidth, what was the other one? Center label, pass this to the center dial. And I think it's going to be offset. I think I have to set the justification. Oh wait, I don't want to do it in Logic. Just the UI, so I'll just look at it with standalone. Yeah, it's offset. So let me just go ahead and do that. Set justification juice. Oh, let me show you this. You don't know like justification. You see justification of type justification. If you don't know where to access that, if you see something that looks like it's either a class or an enum or something, if there's nothing before it and it's just by itself, then it's just in the juice namespace. It's not like inside of the slider or their label or something like that. Justification and then centered. Also, while we're here, I'm going to set the color just so that it's a little more pleasing. Gonna make it this cool off-white that I always use called white, where is it? White smoke. And then I'll give it an alpha so that it's not super bright of like 0.5, sure. What that looks like. I think I'll even turn it down more. 0.25. Sure. Good enough. Speaker range, center frequency, whatever. Okay, got that. I think what I do want to, I said I wanted the drive to be separate, but I think I want to link the mid-range to the drive so that whenever the drive is at like 0, your mid-range notch bump is at 0 dB, and then as you pull the gain up, the mid-range will go up by up to like maybe. I think that would be a cool kind of control effect, because sometimes I think I like UIs with like a bunch of controls, like 1,000 dials, but then sometimes I'm like, I just want to make it easy. If one dial can do a bunch of different things and make it easy for the user, it's probably good. But some people really like the control. You could even make a 2 versions of the plugin called like, I don't know, one being like a beginner user kind of plugin and the other one being advanced. Or you can even just have like a simple or advanced view, kind of like some of the Logic synths, like the Alchemy synth has that. So let's do that. What kind of drive are we going to use? I think I want a drive that's also going to sound weird and lo-fi. So I think a full wave rectifier would do that. So like if I, let's see, should I do that in Max? Let me pull up my Marauder plugin, because I remember I added a different distortion algorithm and I was doing that half wave to full wave thing, but I don't remember if I took it out and replaced it with something else or not. In my DSP. Can I adjust the view inside of Pro Juicer? Oh well. So I've got, let me just copy and paste it. Got some things in this plugin that I think I can go. I've got I've got this. I've got this. If the sample is less than 0, I'm multiplying it by this M preamp gain, which in context is, let's see, preamp gain is mapping from a drive knob of 0 to 12 to 1 to -1. Okay. Let's do that. I'm going to copy that and put it in our plugin process. I'll just put it in the header so that we can look at it. And we need to make a dial, and we need to make a what's it called? Another parameter. So we need to make a drive parameter. And before I make a dial, because my dial is already linked to a parameter tree attachment, whenever the constructor requires that I pass a tree state value to it, so I have to make it first. And I thought that was going to be cool, but I don't really like the way I'm doing that. It's okay for prototyping, but I don't think it's okay for if I want to keep it in there. But anyway, let's just make a drive. This is going to be drive. Drive. Add a listener. Drive ID. And I always do that. This is going to be called drive. It's a float. Yes, it's going to be. And I think this is going to be, let's just make it 0 to 12 like my DSP file had. And it's going to start at 0. And we need to push it back to the params. Classic. Drive. And then we're just going to check it. Center ID, and then we're gonna have a else. Oh shit! So we're gonna have a else, and it's gonna be we're just gonna debug just to check and make sure that's actually attached. And then now I can actually go make one. So it's going to be, it's going to do the same thing. Going to take a label and a dial. Going to be drive dial, drive label, drive. drive. Go initialize it in Constructor. Oh, and then I need to, yeah. This is all because of the way I set up a custom dial component. It just makes it to where I don't have to, you know, each one of these values would be a drive dial dot something method. So each dial or fader, you would have like 10, 12, 15 method calls. So I just wanted to make it to where it was a little easier. So I just, in the constructor, passed things like the, what's this called? The text value suffix. And then we've got the range, which is going to be 0 to 12. We've got the interval size, and then the return value. And then we've got the tree state, and then the thing we're going to connect it to. Drive ID. Constructor. UI constructor is right here. Basically going to take all of this. This is drive dial. And this is this isn't a JUCE method. This is a method I made that selects between different types of dials that I made with the look and feel. Enable shadow is also, we're not going to have a skew on the drive. Before I forget, inner dial going to be, or the drive dial, be drive label, and then we've got to put these labels here. And then we got to go and resize, put it in the plugin somewhere. Oh, wait, window component. Oh, right here. Okay. Drive dial that set bounds, and it's going to be based off of the bounds from the inner dial, which is next to it. See if that builds. Oh wow, look at that, no issues. It's there. Let's see if it links up to, oh wait, something's weird. An integer. Drive float. Something weird's happening. What oh, 120. There we go. But it's, oh, it's an integer. I don't want an integer. I want not 1.0. Let's do 1. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so that works. So let's make a, see, we're going to make a drive variable. Whatever. Then we are going to, oh, actually, let me look at my file. Is that what I, I'm scaling it from 0 to 12 to 1 to -1 because it's a full wave rectifier or a half wave rectifier. Full wave rectifier. So preamp gain is actually not initialized to anything. Range, oh, it is to 0. Okay, whatever, it's 0. So what we're gonna do is in the parameter changed, we are going to say drive is equal to JUCE JMap source value, which is new value, our drive coming from the dial from 0 to 12 to 1 to -1. And then I'm gonna just go into the DSP loop, and I'm gonna, well, first I'm gonna, and I'm just gonna make a DSP loop based off of the audio block real quick. So I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull this from another plugin. Oh, why is that? Oh. What am I doing? Like that. For int channel is going to be block.get num channels, and then block channel pointer, blah blah blah. Block.get num samples. Okay, that builds right. Yep, we're good. So, and then we're gonna say, we're gonna go back to our commented code right here, and we're gonna say we're gonna grab that and that in here. Data sample less than whatever, and then this is actually going to be drive. I'm going to take this soft clip out for now, and then actually I'm going to take that compensation out because I think the compensation is only needed because there was a soft clipper. That works, right? Data sample is less than 0 times drive. See what it does. We can look at it with an oscilloscope in plugin Doctor. Pretty sure. We can see if it does what I remember it doing. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay. Whoa! Is it really doing all of that to the signal? Oh, let's look at the we could try putting it before the filters and see what it does. But I'd like to check it out in the oscilloscope. Oh wait, how do I just reopen the window? Whatever, I'll just pull it back. Phone, what is it? Phone model. Yeah, it's definitely a rectifier. Yeah, it's pretty weird. So let's real quick make sure it initializes correctly. So we're gonna say We're just gonna pull this drive thing right here. We need to say drive is equal to tree state and just pull the first value from the parameter, which is drive. And that way, when we open it, oh wait, JMap. Oh yeah, I need to do, I need to cast it to a float. So we're just saying that, we're just making sure that drive initializes to the scaling rule whenever the program starts up. That way, when we open it, it should look correct in Plugin Doctor. Yeah, okay. And if I go to Oscilloscope, yeah, right, okay. We got that. Let's put the filtering after this DSP loop and see if that changes things as far as how crazy it's affecting the what am I trying to say? The frequency response. Because the whole point of the plugin is we don't want the low end or the high end. Okay. Okay, so we're good. If we go to the oscilloscope, that looks pretty crazy, but it's only going up by 0.8. Oh, this is loudness. Okay. Well, that's pretty bad. So what do we need to do? We need to scale it, or we need to multiply it to where what do we need to do? We need, when it's at 12 dB, the signal needs to be multiplied by 0.25, and when it's at 0 dB, it needs to be multiplied by 1. So we need to basically equal to that, and then times JUCE JMap I guess drive from 1 to -1 to 1 0.25. Does that even build? Yeah. See what that looks like. I think it needs to be like 1. Although that's just what the oscilloscope says. We didn't even listen to it in Logic, so it might not even sound as loud as it seems. Oh, let me do a clean build since I accidentally built it while it was open. Oh, hey, I didn't realize we had a viewer. Yeah, what's your question? Monte Morris. While you're doing that, I'm going to check on this and see what it looks like. Not really that much better. Oh, 1. You can type out your question. See what this looks like while you do that. It just doesn't seem like it's going down. I'm having trouble getting this mixed DJ logic in my Linux machine where I can use instead of files. You know how what's the mixed DJ? Wait, hold on, let me read it again. How are we getting logic on? Do you just have a project that you're calling mixed DJ and the header file isn't connected or something? Why is my video so choppy? My webcam video. Only sometimes. Out. Is it JUCE? I want to add that library on. Oh, okay. So, okay, let's see. So you got main component. So let's go to main component, and then what is the what's the library called? The lib key finder? Is that in here? Resources. Well, I don't see that lib key finder. Is it it's a C++ file, the library? Because if it is, what I would do is just include it like you do with the other stuff. No, I linked project. Oh, okay, you linked to the project website. That's main music key audio. Oh, it's no longer maintained and does not build on contemporary Linux. So one thing I would say is, so it's a C++ 11 library. So is your, let me look at your producer real quick. Where's that at? Right here? Oh, I would have to download it and open it. Is, okay. Because if I pull up the producer for like this template project, I can specify default language is gonna, for me, is C++ 14. It's possible that if You have it set to like C++17 or something that it'll flash with it. We try this. So you need to install. Okay, so I'm guessing you did this. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Were you saying that you were on Linux? You were developing on Linux, or this thing is based on Linux and you were trying to get it in there? What are you developing on? Oh, this is a maintained one. Developing on Linux. Okay, I don't know anything about developing on Linux. Let's see. Let me just read through this again. It looks like they have a chat. Is this might be live. Oh, I assume this works. And I'm assuming you ran this one. Catch 2 is required for building the tests. Not available in Debian 10 or Ubuntu, this one. Although it is available in 20.10. If Catch 2 is not found, it will be automatically downloaded by CMake. Alternatively, it's possible disabling building the unit tests by passing. Did you try doing this? Are you I don't know if what Ubuntu version you're on, but if you're on something that's not compatible with, you could put this in the code once dependencies are installed from the top level folder. Already forgot if I asked you. Is it not building, or it seems like it's linking, but it's not actually doing anything? Is that what is going on? Oh, I don't know how to add external libraries to my project. So in the Pro Juicer, let me just. I haven't done that in a long time. Audio. Oh, he's using source files. So I don't think this is what we want, but I'll just read it just in case. Yeah, I don't think this is what we want. Here we go, Daniel. Are you part of the JUCE Discord? Got upset one day and that kind of messed up. Yeah, I know what you mean. I was just going to mention that because Daniel is one of the either admins or moderators, and he knows like almost everything. I just want to see what he says right here. Let me see what else. There's got to be one for. All right, let's see what this says. this is weird because it says linking external, but you don't have source files, right? You're trying to actually link to the repo. Like you're not downloading the source files from that repo and then putting it in your project. This is probably closer to what you need to do. Cause I was looking at a pitch DSP library for some project I was working on, and the easiest thing was to build the binary. So, but I haven't even looked at just copying pictures. You never know. I mean, let me go look at it. This is the maintained one, right? So if we go, I don't know, source. There's going to be a lot of files. Maybe each one isn't going to be like super long. So if we go to like key finder CPP should probably be it. It's only 112 lines. What else? Audio data CPP. That one's like 200 lines. Because that's what I've been doing recently. If I find something like a little pitch algorithm or something, I'll just put the source files in a DSP folder and then just include them. But if there's a bunch of them, that'll get annoying. To me, the window functions would be the large one. Oh, but it's not. Spectrum analyzer would probably be, it's not bad either. Key classifier. That's not bad. FFT adapter. That's not bad. Oh, let's see. So anyway, so I'm guessing, is this the install script or the install command that you ran first off? This looks like more what you need. I ran the command still. So that's first off, so that's probably fine. I mean, did you get like any kind of output saying that like, yes, it worked or something like that? I mean, sometimes it won't. I mean, sometimes you just run it and you just hope it worked. No, but putting into a binary files. What do you mean by Q header files? Exporter of producer. So you would come down to exporter right here, and debug and release you would do. Oh, so here's one. So if you build the binary, you could put it right here. There's also the header search paths, extra library search paths, extra. Wait, what does this say? You need to add to the external libraries to link. Where is it? Let's see, external libraries to link. Maybe the word that he used changed. Oh, March 2019. I mean, I doubt. In the exporter settings of the Pro Juicer. Hold up. Oh, this is the binary for the plugin. Header search path, extra header search paths, use semicolons and new lines. Cloud header optimization, macOS, OS Architecture. I'm not sure. The audio to the external libraries to link field and it seems like it doesn't say external libraries to link anymore. Oh wait, it says, oh, is it under here? Oh, external libraries to link under the IDE drop down. Additional libraries to link, one per line. You should not add any platform specific decoration to these names. The string can contain references to preprocessor definitions in the form typical, which will be replaced with their values. But does okay, cool. Oh, let me send you this just in case. Oh wait. Oh, I sent it. Oh, I got three viewers now. What's up, new person? Okay, so okay, what was I doing? Go back over here. Oh, the volume. Let's see if the volume. By the way, if you all in the chat don't have plugin doctor, it's pretty amazing. It's 30 bucks and it's like a really accurate spectrum analyzer and oscilloscope. It's really nice. I'll show you once this builds. You got the spectrum analyzer, and I'm working on a phone, like a you know, like a cell phone or like a telephone effect for like voice. So you have like your speaker range where you can center where you want the frequency to be at, and then you have this knob to like kind of squeeze the high and low end off for you, and then I'll drive it. Let's take a look at the oscilloscope real quick. Oh. Oh, cool. That looks crazy. And this is only, I'm just doing this weird rectification where if the signal is less than 0, so if the signal is negative. Oh, thanks. I'm wondering how to, I wonder if I should make separate Git repositories for these streams, and then people could download them. Or I could just make the Git repository for the streams a public one, I guess, if anybody wants to go check them out. So if the signal is negative, I'm just doing something weird that I figured out where I'm taking drive, which is actually I'm scaling the drive from 0 to 12, which is a typical drive range. I'm scaling it from between 1 and -1. And it's actually pushing the negative part of the wave up into the positive area. And it sounds a little weird, which is, I think, what I want, because this is going to be like the model, like the way your voice sounds in a phone, to just kind of like lo-fi it. And then, what am I doing? And then I'm multiplying that by just a scaling factor to make the output not, you know, like super loud. But I haven't even listened to it yet. I was just looking at the oscilloscope, so it'll probably be good to actually see what it sounds like. Let me turn off the music real quick and open it up in Logic and see what it sounds like. I have no idea. Of course, I think Virtual Mix Rack by Slate always messes up my scanning. I don't think I renewed my what's it called? Everything bundle anyway, so I might as well just delete all the plugins. Okay, here's the drum track. Oh, it's not drums, it's vocals. Oh, it looks like I could probably... So that sample, I'm gonna take this phone model. So I've got a center frequency. I can make the speaker range, which is just the high and low pass. I can make it wide or I can squeeze it. Which is kind of just doing the same thing that this would be, where I'm just like squeezing the bottom and the top at the same time, so that they're kind of like moving like that. So you can see it takes it from being, you know, somewhat hi-fi to being lo-fi with one knob. And then you can move where you want the high and low pass to squeeze it. So I can put it up at the top. But here's the real test to see what the drive sounds like. That's not bad. That's not half bad. I didn't really have like a specific goal in mind for this, but it's doing something. It's doing something lo-fi. I could even turn down the amount. So instead of from making the drive, instead of making it from 1 to -1, could make it from 1 to -0.5 and get less distortion. Let me build that real quick. And while that builds, go feed my cats real quick. Okay, let's check out if this change in the amount of drive. Cool. In fact, I think I actually want to change the drive dial to say dirt instead of drive. Go up to, this is what the automation label will say. And then here's the actual label, dirt. Yeah, cool, dirt. Okay. So we've got that. We could put, I think I want to put, yeah, I think I want to put a mid-range like tone and just have that mid-range tone go up if you turn the dirt up. Maybe like 6 dB if you go up. Yeah, even just say that mid-range tone is like 0.5 of the dB from the dirt. Yeah, that'd be easy. So let's go to the plugin processor. We'll say up here. Mid-tone filter. And then we're gonna say update mid-tone filter, and then let's go into the constructor. It's gonna be mid-tone filter, make, this is gonna be a, I think, peak filter, temporate. Center frequency is gonna don't I have a cutoff? So I have a center freak already. Q, that's another thing. We can make the Q variable with the that bandwidth knob. So let's just by default make it 0.7. And gain factor. Is that in gain or is it in dB? I think it's in gain. 1. And then let's see, what are we gonna is uninitialized when used here. That's not good. Okay, so what we're gonna have to say is so let's just say 800. I found that as I'm developing, even though that was a warning and not an error, it's really good to stop what you're doing and understand what it's telling you, and understand why you're getting a warning. And it's a good idea to just go ahead and try and fix those. Sometimes it'd be like, oh, it's just a warning, it's nothing big. But sometimes it could become a problem maybe in the future. Let's do I'm actually going to end this update mid. We're going to do update a float freak and a float queue. And then we're just going to call it in our prepare function. Or actually, going to be surf. And then for now, let's just make this. And then we will implement the actual update right here. And then we'll say update, I don't know, what is it, midtone? Yeah. And then freak and queue. And then it's going to be similar to the one above, so it's going to be midtone filter dot state is equal to EIR coefficients of float. And oh, sorry, let me turn the music back on. Float, and then it's going to be make a peak. Sample rate is going to be get sample rate, and then center is going to be freak. Q is going to be Q, and gain factor is going to be that's going to be something we need to set up. So let's just make it 1 for now. Okay, so should we pass it to the function? Sure. If it turns out that we don't want to do it that way, so what? Just take it out. Gain. So we know for sure that we're gonna want to. Okay, we know for sure that we're gonna want to update the filter. Oh, what's wrong with this? Oh, we know for sure we're gonna want to update the filter whenever we change the center frequency. Oh, so yeah, okay, so let's do this. Oh, wait a minute, am I not changing? Why do I have this center freak? Am I not using it? I'm using it, that one, using it, calculate. Wait, am I not setting this? Wait, I'm confused. Oh, because, okay, so. what I'm not doing, but I need to do now, is I need to say center freak is equal to new value, so that I can just, instead of trying to call update mid-tone in each of these things, if I just constantly call it in the sample loop for now, update, so it's going to be center freak, now it's going to be 707, and then so I also want to have a raw drive and update that raw drive whenever I move the drive is a new value. So that's always there, which means that I can put raw drive here, and then I need to just scale that to be that's going to be decibels. I need to scale that to gain. So what I need to do is in here say the drive is equal to decibels to gain, decibels to gain, gain. Now I can just put mid drive right here, but I want to multiply it by 0.5. Okay, I think that will work. Let's just do it and see if we're getting the mid-tone boost. And then if we are, we can apply the same logic for the Q. Do we even really want? I don't know, we'll see. Oh, plugin doctor is open. I'm gonna close it. Clean build. I need to turn down the FPS on my Mac whenever I'm well, let me change it now that I let me change it even though I hit it. This nonsense right here. What's wrong with this? What happens if I open Logic? Oh, something's wrong. Okay, so oh, let's build it, or let's play and attach logic so that we can hit an assertion if that's what's going on. Oh, I already know what it is. We did not call prepare. Did tone filter dot prepare spec. Yes, hello. Yep, it's working. Okay, let's see what it sounds like. Let's see if it even sounds cool. In fact, I think honestly, take out this instead of multiplying it by 0.5, it might just make it 1-to-1. That actually sounds more phone-like. And I think it's still too much dirt. I think I want to again scale that to let's do 5. Because most people are going to use this for vocals, I think. Let's see what it sounds like with drums. Yeah, I think I could still even, I mean, it seems like this isn't really going down by much. I wonder if I've got this in the DSP logic. I've got this where I'm scaling it because it's oh, hold up. Yeah, let's do that and see what I want to check this in Plugin Doctor first, because now it might not make sense. Okay. Well, let's see what happens in Logic. It's pretty much the same. I kind of want to hear what it sounds like without this scaling. I don't know if it's actually doing anything or not. Yeah, it's not even necessary. So I'm just gonna take that out, and I think I'm gonna all that stuff too. And Q. Hmm. Let's look at it in plugin Docker, see if we even need a variable queue. Did it just build? Okay. Yeah, I guess it does. Okay, so let's do the more drive and the more filtering, the thinner the queue. So let's do this. We're gonna make a float queue with, we're gonna start that at 0.33. And then we're gonna in the drive callback, so where we're setting the drive, we're gonna say queue width is equal to, similar to this, from 0 to 12 to 3 to, I don't even know, 0.9. Oh, and then in the update, I call sorry, I got stuck on this. Let's address that in a second. We're gonna say queue width. Oh, and then just copy this. We'll just copy and paste this into the prepare update mid. And that should work. Yep. I think that's wide, maybe. Oh no, because if you have this, oh, it is too wide because if you have the speaker range, so it needs to be more like 0.5 or something like that. So let's do 5 and then 9. Actually, let's go into the JUCE documentation because I'm not sure what the queue can be. I don't know if it has to be between 0 and 1. So it's in IIR coefficients. Low pass, make notch fill. Oh, very helpful. Oh, thank you, JUCE. Double doesn't really say. It doesn't say what maybe this other one will say. Variable Q and gain. Okay, so it doesn't say, so I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make this like 3 and see if something crazy happens. Cause this is the JUCE filter. I have my own like state variable filter and I implemented it from just some documentation. Actually, let me just put this on here just in case anybody. Oh wait, I have a folder called. I'm gonna hide that real quick just in case there's something in there that I'm not supposed to show. I have a folder called papers that I have some like Yeah, paper. Yeah, it's called VA Filter Design by, yes, this guy. It is quite the document. It goes through, wet dry mixing, feedback, home filters, 1 pole, 2 pole, multi-notch. It has variable slope shelving, band shelving, blah, blah, blah. So you can see that it has the different, so filter types. You got shelves, band shelves, and, you know, low pass, high pass. So it's got all that stuff, band shelving, variable slope, fixed slope shelving, tilting, filters. I don't see it in here, but it definitely has like high pass, low pass. So using this, I made a state variable filter that I can choose. I can make a filter instance and I can choose it to be a low shelf, high shelf, band shelf, high pass, and low pass. And yeah, and mine, the Q has to be between like 0.01 and 1. So let's just see what happens. Okay, yeah, so the juice filter can be between, or it can be higher than 1. So yeah, I think this actually, see what it sounds like. It might sound dumb. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna turn off the dirt real quick. To this is dumb, but it'll suffice for testing so that I don't get any gain or any drive. Because I was kind of thinking now, I don't really want them to be tied together because I kind of liked the sound of the filter, and I could see how it would be enough without the dirt. So gotta come up with a good name for it though. See, that's so what would I call it? I don't know. To me, it's, I guess it would be resonance. Yeah. Yeah, resonance. So let's make a resonance knob. So we are going to go back put that back to where it was, and then I'm just gonna comment out this Q width part right here. I am gonna make a resonance. And I think I'm gonna put it next to the center. And I think I'm gonna make it between 0 and 100 and make it like a percentage. And I'm gonna make it an int so that it's from 0 to 100. Cool. Gonna do a debug statement for whenever I make the dial to check and see if it's actually linked up. What? New value, and then I'm gonna make another component. Gonna be reso dial, reso label, reso got the music again. Reso label resonance, and then we are going to construct this bad boy. Reso dial. This is going to be percentage. Percentage. I'm going to go from 0 to. Oh, you know what? This has to be a double. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna move with an interval of 1 and yep. Reso ID, and we're just gonna. I want to put it. Actually, exactly where the drive dial is. And then I want to put the drive dial after it. How smart I am, see if I made any mistakes. Ah. How about that? Cool. Resonance. Not linking up. Very cool. Very cool. Go into the reso dial. 0 to 100. Reso ID. Reso ID. And with reso ID and name. Reso. If it what is the deal? Got it attached. Reso ID. From 0 to 100. Have Reso ID. I made. I didn't attach the listener. Reso ID. Okay. So let's do a quick. We're basically going to take Q width right here. And just put it in here. And we're going to say from 0 to 100 to 0.5 to, and that should be it. That's all we need, I think. Open up in plugin doctor, see what it looks like. So I've got oh, wait, but I'm not going to hear the resonance if the filter is not. Okay, so that's the other thing I need to do is I need to make something that's going to be like that's what it is. Okay, so I could make the resonance. I think it makes sense to tie the resonance to the gain of the. Yeah, so let's, okay, so, okay, yeah. Let me just, right now, we're taking raw drive and we're sending that to the gain of our midtone. Wait, in here. Midtone, update, raw drive. So instead of raw drive, call it not going to be based on drive anymore, so I'm going to move it up here. I'm going to call it refactor, rename mid gain, and then take it out of the drive dials logic. And we'll say mid gain is equal to 0 to 100, 0 to 12. So that when you push up the resonance, the gain of the mid-tone is going up. Yeah. Oh, but then the Q width also needs to do the same thing. So the oh, it is. Instead of 3, do something ridiculous like 9. Well, no, I mean, let's leave it at 3 because I like the sound of it in Logic. Let's just listen to it. Let's just go take a listen to it in Logic.
I know that you got me. I know that you got 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 I know that you got.
Actually, yeah, I could use some more. So let's do this. I want to do something ridiculous and change it to like 9. See what that sounds like. Okay. Doesn't really sound that different. Let's see what plugin doctor says. Okay, I bet. Yeah, okay. So I bet it was just because of where the frequency happened to be sitting. So I think if we move it around and catch an actual resonance, it'll sound ridiculous. Let's see. Oh, just too slow. Oh, that might not have been a, let's see. I thought that was just a kind of fluke, but it might have been. That was just my stupid USB switch. That's why that happened. So yeah, let's see. I think the reason it fixed it whenever I just deleted the plugin and reinstantiated it. I think what I need to do is in release resources, take all of my filters and just call reset. It also could be the fact that we are, so I'm calling update in the process block. So it's updating it all the time, even though it doesn't need to. So what might be better is to just call update from the, so like probably have to call update in all of them except drive, I guess. I could just make a function that just says update all filters and then just put it in honestly, I could make a function that just says update all filters and then just put it right here so that it gets called every time a parameter changes, because parameters don't really change that often, especially since once you dial it in, you're going to leave it there. So that's a whole lot of extra processing probably to call update filter every single frame, which would be like sampling rate divided by buffer size times per second, which is a lot. So cool. I think so. It's almost 8, so I think I'm going to end it here. But yeah, I think we got a lot of progress just in 2 sessions. So just 4 hours building out this plugin. I think it could be something. I don't know if anybody else will like it, but you know, whatever. All right. Let's see. I got 2 minutes left, so let me put in a couple comments. So. Let me do a check real quick to make sure that it would do what I think it does. Just want to make sure that this gets called even though I'm not assigning it to a specific dial. Yep. I think that's fine. And look, it's not even a bunch of times. It's just like maybe 100 times, which is still way better than calling it in the process block. But yeah, okay, it's 8. Yeah, I think that'll do it for me. I think I will eventually release some. I guess I would release the whole live stream on YouTube. It would take way too long to try to edit a 2-hour live stream to have like nice cuts and stuff. That'd be way too much effort because just doing it for a 30-minute video takes me like 2 hours. Yeah. All right. See ya.